Good afternoon, XRP family. It's your boy XRP420 here, smoking on that Master Chief Pack. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Today is July 23rd, 2025. XRP currently at $3.27, guys. We are 6.91% down in the last 24 hours. We got a little bit of a correction going on right now, guys. Don't get your fucking panties in a bunch. A lot of chart analysts are saying that this is the start of the parabola we've been looking for, and we're going to see possibly $8 to $12 XRP within the next few days to few weeks. First posted today by Ali Charts. XRP has broken out of a bullish flag, setting its sight on $15, guys. Zoom out on the weekly chart and you will spot it. This is our current chart, and if we repeat the same thing we did back in early 2024, guys, we're signaling a push up to this $15 mark. I will take that all day. X Unknown DLT says Ripple is a member of the ABA, but Circle is not. This means that only one crypto company has been can be considered a bank. They will not be able to stop what is coming for Ripple and XRP. The storm is here to stay. Ripple will be the world's largest bank, guys. We already know Ripple has applied for its banker's license, and this shit could possibly be okayed within the next few weeks. Possibly this year, possibly next year. We know it's coming. All you got to do is hold. Make sure you guys don't miss the train. Watcher Guru says, Justin, SEC approves conversion of Bitwise 10 crypto index fund into an ETF holding for the following cryptocurrencies, guys: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, ADA, Sui, Litecoin, DOT, Link, and AVAX. Excellent news for crypto. If you guys own any of these other coins, shout out to you guys. I hope you guys all win at the end of the day. Riz XRP says XRP ledger purpose is payments. The Genius Act will skyrocket the price of XRP. Let's hear what David Schwartz has to say.
What makes the XRP ledger different? What is the XRP ledger's purpose? Well, it was built for a purpose. Many blockchains were built for different purposes. Bitcoin, the first blockchain, designed to be digital scarcity, a store of value, a means of exchange. What can you do with the Bitcoin blockchain? You can hold and transfer Bitcoin. That's useful, but that's about all it does. Ethereum went completely in the opposite direction with smart contracts and open-ended programmability. It kind of made an app store approach for blockchain where you can build and launch your own applications from the ground up on the blockchain. The XRP ledger carves a niche in the middle. It was designed in 2012 specifically for financial applications, focusing first on payments. The architecture prioritizes speed and reliability, low-cost transactions and predictable transaction costs, and seamless enterprise-grade integration. It wasn't trying to do everything, but it was focused on targeting real-world financial use cases exceptionally well.
David Schwartz, one of the smartest individuals on the planet, guys. XRP was built for payments, stability, and speed, guys. XRP will run the new financial system. Kenny Nugent says, breaking news, South Korea has officially announced plans to follow the United States regulatory blueprint for implementing crypto regulations, guys. South Korea loves XRP. Shout out to Korea. I actually want to take a trip to Korea or Thailand, guys. Mainly Thailand because of, me being a marijuana connoisseur and smoking a lot of pot. I want to get out there and see what the scene is like. I know it's legal out there. On top of the food, looks insane. Shout out to Mark Sween. I don't know if you guys know who Mark Weens is, but he travels the world and eats delicious food, and he makes Thai food look amazing. While smoking pot will really be a fucking heaven on earth for me. XRP insights. Worldwide payments are not working. XRP is the solution, according to Elliot Johnson, CEO of Bitcoin Treasury. Fast, borderless, and future ready. Let's hear what Elliot has to say.
Sending email at the speed of light, and yet it's going to cost me like $40 and take 3 days, and maybe the money I send from Toronto can get to South Africa, but maybe not. and then I have to go chase after it. Like, it's ridiculous. And so XRP is just, you just tell that story, and then you say, oh, but there's also this protocol, and it's called XRP, and it's a cryptocurrency, and it's built for seamless instant payments. And as every country kind of comes onto the network and has a liquid local market, you can send on one, receive on the other. And then people are like, okay, I kind of get why you want that. It's like Western Union, except that doesn't cost me an arm and a leg. And it's like, that's right. And so it's all part of the same story. And what I love about it is it's another one to talk about, right? It's another example to talk about that, again, wakes people up to the fact that this is what's happening. This is what this asset class is all about. And again, like, if you live in your small world in your own country, and I don't mean that to offend anybody, but if you only live inside your own country and you only operate in your own economy, and you're lucky enough to be in a developed Western nation, you go ahead, by all means, go ahead and ignore these advances in digital assets, because you probably don't need them yet for yourself. But there are a lot of people in the world for whom this stuff is actually a meaningful improvement to them.
XRP is going to change the world, guys. Do not get shaken out by this small price action. If you're selling right now because we saw a little dip, you definitely don't belong in this space. You got to understand what you hold, guys. XRP is going to change the financial system. We have everything we need to see about it. We got tons of people talking about it. Big banks. We got all this crypto legislation being passed right now. If you were to sell right now, you could possibly be missing out on the next Amazon or Google or, Facebook. We're still early to the show. Stay focused, stay vigilant. Zayef Crypto says XRP praise from a pro. Gilberti Sal gets it, understands the financial system, understands Ripple's mission. And he's not a Solana or Ethereum guy, but he gets XRP. I don't have any issues with Solana or Ethereum guys. Hey, again, guys, I want all of us to win at the end of the day. My biggest bag is XRP, but, if you guys hold any of these other coins, I hope you guys win. The Ripple team has been laying the groundwork since day one to change the system. Let's hear what this gentleman has to say.
So we sold it and kept our eye out looking. Not a real Solana or Ethereum guy, but XRP I get. And XRP, the Ripple team, I understand the financial system. I understand the banking system to some degree. And I understand, as we all do, when you try to send a wire, it's a hassle. And, in the old days, it was T+3 settlement. We're now at T+1 settlement for a lot of stocks and futures and options. Well, that's still ridiculous. Yeah. So anything that speeds up the system, the whole blockchain, the Ripple team from their outset have been out there laying the groundwork in the background to change the financial system, primarily through transfer of assets, primarily through. So we sold it and
XRP and Ripple out here looking to change the financial system, guys. T+1 typically, guys, is going to mean 1 to 2 business days before you'd be receiving your funds. XRP is making sure that they get this shit done in milliseconds, guys. You're going to be able to send money around the world. You're already able to send money around the world in seconds using XRP, guys. And I think it's going to be a huge turning point for our debt in the U.S. Somehow XRP and real USD is going to settle this. Mark my fucking words. Cointelegraph says, update, Bitcoin spot ETF saw 131.4 million in inflows yesterday, while Ethereum ETFs recorded 296.6 million in inflows for the 12th straight green day. Excellent bullish news for crypto in general. Don't hold either of these coins, but hey guys, Bitcoin moves the market. Ethereum right now is number 2. Both of them spiking and pumping the way they've done, pushing coins into other alts, is going to be nothing but good for us in the long run, guys. Senior Bill Haggerty says, with POTUS signing of My Genius Act into law, we've built crucial momentum toward achieving regulatory certainty for digital asset market structure, guys. This discussion draft demonstrates a strong commitment to unlocking the full potential of the digital asset economy by delivering responsible legislation that reflects input from stakeholders, fosters innovation, and ensures the United States remains the global leader in digital assets, guys. The Genius Act pushing us in the right direction. Shout out to Senator Haggerty. Grayscale says the Genius Act will allow stablecoins to integrate more deeply into the U.S. financial system while establishing the appropriate safeguards for financial stability, consumer protection, and the prevention of illicit activity. Shout out to Grayscale. Stablecoins to integrate money more deeply into the U.S. financial system, guys. What coin was created to make this happen? XRP. Digital Asset Investor says Bitcoin is to 500K. $100 XRP doesn't sound so crazy in this scenario. Totally agree. I'm anticipating we're going to see trillions of dollars flowing into this asset class over the next 4 years. Let's hear what this gentleman has to say.
We have an administration that is completely supportive of crypto. Every member of the president's cabinet personally owns Bitcoin. Every economic appointee, the secretaries of Treasury, Commerce, Labor, the CFTC, the SEC, the OCC, the FDIC, all are strong supporters of crypto. We now have majorities of both parties in both the House and the Senate, strong supporters of crypto, and this is why we've seen the 3 bills going their way through Congress in the House this past week. So the question, is Bitcoin going to get banned? Absolutely not. We also, by extension of this new paradigm in Washington, we now have the opportunity for TradFi. We're seeing for the first time ever, banks and brokerage firms are allowed to trade and custody crypto. They've never been able to do that before. So it's a massive change that you're going to see by Wall Street engaging in this asset class in a brand new way. We saw the first inklings of this 18 months ago with the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs, now $100 billion invested in those things, the most successful ETF launch in history. And on top of all of that, it's getting the attention of the institutional investors. Endowments, pension funds, family offices, sovereign wealth funds, and on and on and on. This is why the amount of inflows into Bitcoin and other digital assets is only just now beginning. I'm anticipating we're going to see trillions of dollars flowing into this asset class over the next 4 years. It's going to put Bitcoin at $500,000 by the end of the decade, in my view. And this means right now it's very early, and the risk of Bitcoin today is not nearly as high as it was 4 or 5 years ago.
We're still early, guys. If he's projecting Bitcoin at 500K, $500,000, if you don't think $100 XRP is feasible, you are insane. Even $1,000 XRP, guys. Know what you hold. Crypto Insight UK says XRP forming a cup and saucer pattern on the hourly. Important to note, after rejecting $3.65 a second time, XRP still continues to create higher lows, guys. I would say this pattern is a continuation pattern and more likely to break out, continue, then break out. This is all occurring above previous range, all-time highs, also signals strength. Nasty cup right here, guys. Let's see what happens in the near future. Senator Cynthia Loomis says Jay Powell's weasel words do not hide the fact that the Fed is building a modern-day palace for their new headquarters, and Powell's handling of Choke Point 2.0 unfairly targeted the digital asset industry. Powell must go. Let's hear what she says.
Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna has referred Jay Powell, here of the Federal Reserve, to the Justice Department for perjury charges. Cynthia Loomis is the Republican senator from Wyoming and joins me now. Senator, going after Powell because you don't agree with his pace of rate cuts, charging him with perjury, a criminal offense, lying to Congress, isn't that a bit strong just because you don't like his interest rate policy?
Well, I am concerned about the way he handled Choke Point 2.0. The way that they went after banks that were solvent and drove them into insolvency, the way that the Fed has dealt with using subjective determinations about what banks should be financing, oil, gas, coal, energy that certain aspects of our economy doesn't approve of. These are the bigger concerns I have about Jay Powell and the manner in which bank supervision has been conducted. In addition to that, we do know that there were a lot of weasel words used when Jay Powell testified in front of Congress about the 39% cost overruns, $700 million in cost overruns to remodel the building at the Federal Reserve, and the way in which terms were used like, oh, we have a green roof, not that they have a garden terrace. There were mistakes that Jay Powell made. Do they rise to the extent of perjury? Certainly not in the Senate, because it's very hard to prove perjury. In addition to that, when Jay Powell testified over here, he was not under oath. It's still, regardless of whether you're under oath or not, it is against the law to mislead Congress, tough to prove.
It's very heavy pressure on the chairman of the Federal Reserve at this point.
Shout out to Cynthia Loomis, always fighting for digital assets in the cryptocurrency community. A lot of these government fuckers, guys, they're paid to, you know, basically destroy crypto. I mean, it is what it is. We got people behind the scenes fighting for us, and you got people behind the scenes trying to jeopardize us. Jay Clayton and, you know, I completely forget about this Mr. Burns looking motherfucker. Forget his name, but fuck him. The previous head of the SEC chair. You know, these people are put in place to make our lives a living hell. But at the end of the day, the big elites behind the scenes, when they're ready for shit to pop, it will pop. We're still early to the show, guys. Shout out to all my XRP holders who've been in this for the last few years, dealing with the lawsuit, dealing with everything that went on with the SEC. Hopefully we can get the end of this case completed within the next few weeks. Hopefully we can see that double-digit XRP. Fingers crossed. Everything's looking like it's set up to be happening very shortly, guys. Ripple Van Winkle says Ripple just applied to become a federally regulated bank, guys, and 5 of the biggest U.S. banking groups are panicking. You know what's coming. You can't stop this. You can't stop a tsunami with paperwork. Let's hear what this gentleman has to say.
Well, it was only a matter of time before this piece of news was going to come out, and here we go. They just tried to block Ripple from becoming a bank. And that's how you know it is game over for the old system. 5 of the biggest banking groups in the U.S., they just begged. We're talking down on their hands and knees, begging the regulators to delay Ripple and Circle Trust Bank's approvals. Why? Well, it's simple. They're terrified. They're terrified of faster payments. They're terrified of transparency, and they are terrified of losing the old system. Ripple isn't knocking on the door anymore, folks. They are kicking it down. Think about it like this. If Ripple was not a threat, no one would be trying to stop them. This isn't the end of crypto. It's the end of banking as we know it. I break this all down and so much more. I'm going to link the YouTube down below. Let me know.
Ripple kicking ass and taking names. These big banks are scared, guys. Ripple is here to revolutionize the banking system and move money in seconds. I am all here for it. I have a good amount of money invested in this, guys. I'm going to be investing in a Ripple, Ripple's IPO. And I'm all in on Ripple and XRP. I've done my research. I know you guys have done your research as well, which is why you're looking at these type of videos. We are a small percentage of the U.S. guys who really know what's about to go on, and we're going to be the new millionaires. We're going to be the new 0.0033%, because we were the ones who sat and educated ourselves and took the time to change our fucking lives for the better. Riz XRP says the train has left the station. BSCN, Justin, the American Bankers Association urges the OCC to pause crypto bank license approvals for firms like Ripple and Circle, guys. He just chimed on this. David Schwartz commented, I often joke that successful incumbents would pause all progress if they could. The "they fight for you" stage comes before you win, guys. All in on XRP. Why are they pausing crypto approvals for Ripple and Circle if they're not scared, guys? It doesn't make any sense. This shit's going to be approved, and when it is approved, guys, we're talking trillions. We got Ripple as a bank. We got real USD moving money through XRP, guys. All of it's working in unison, like, you know, your body pumping blood to your heart. Can you imagine what's going to happen to the price of XRP? We're talking double, triple, quadruple digit XRP over the next decade. Last post of the day by Digital Asset Investor, guys. 0.02% of the world owns XRP. Everyone else is still just distracted by Bitcoin. If you guys are watching this video right now, any of you guys who are subscribed to me, you know what XRP is and what XRP does. We are truly going to be the next 1%. God bless you all. Thank you guys for tuning into my video. It's your boy XRP420. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.